Today, in this video we'll delve into the topic of 10 monumental tsunamis that have occurred throughout human history. Tsunamis are awe-inspiring natural disasters with the potential to devastate everything in their wake. These colossal waves usually originate from seismic events, and as they draw near to the coastline, they can swell to heights of dozens of meters. Remarkably, a whopping 80% of the most significant tsunamis on record have been linked to seismic activity. Tsunamis predominantly occur within the Pacific Ring of Fire. Consider the astonishing fact that these destructive forces can achieve speeds of up to 805 kilometers (500 miles) per hour. To put this into perspective, it would take nearly a day for these waves to effortlessly traverse the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. Throughout history, the most substantial tsunamis have left behind harrowing consequences, including a significant loss of life, with thousands of individuals from various nations perishing. Homes have been reduced to rubble, and vital infrastructure has suffered irreplaceable damage. In some instances, entire small towns have vanished from the coastline. Furthermore, infectious diseases tend to proliferate in the aftermath of such catastrophes, contributing to an increased mortality rate. People grapple with the challenge of securing sustenance and face a scarcity of clean drinking water. The aftermath of the most massive tsunamis is characterized by the accumulation of tons of debris, mud, and muck. It takes years to mitigate the effects and fully recover from the terrifying aftermath of these events. This video will acquaint you with a compilation of the 10 most significant tsunamis in the world, each causing catastrophic destruction and immense suffering. We begin with the first on our list, which occurred off the northeastern coast of Japan. In March of 2011, a formidable earthquake registering a magnitude of 9 struck, leading to a devastating tsunami that mercilessly pounded the northeastern coast of Japan. Official records indicate an alarming toll of nearly 16,000 casualties, with an additional 2,500 individuals vanishing without a trace. Unprecedented waves obliterated Japan's shoreline, leaving an indelible mark on the nation's history. Witnesses vividly recall the awe-inspiring spectacle of the largest tsunami wave, towering over 40 meters in height, as it surged across Miyako Island. Tragically, amid the horrific aftermath, a technological catastrophe unfolded. One of the most substantial tsunamis in human history triggered a level 7 nuclear accident at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. This catastrophe forced thousands of residents to abandon their homes in a bid to escape the detrimental effects of radiation. Our journey continues with the second entry on our list, which takes us to Papua New Guinea. In 1998, the northwestern region of Papua New Guinea experienced the devastating impact of colossal waves, towering at an astounding 15 meters in height. This catastrophe resulted from a formidable 7.0 magnitude earthquake. The toll of casualties exceeded 2,000 lives lost, with at least 500 individuals remaining unaccounted for. The seismic event caused significant structural damage, leaving many residents without homes. Additionally, the earthquake triggered underwater landslides, which obliterated several local villages along the northwestern coast of Atape. In response to this calamity, Australian authorities swiftly mobilized aid efforts, delivering humanitarian assistance by plane and establishing field hospitals. The United Nations also reacted, advising Papua New Guinea's authorities to modernize their tsunami warning system and develop evacuation plans for coastal cities. Our exploration continues with the third entry on our list, which takes us to Sulawesi Island, Indonesia, in the year 2018. On Sulawesi Island, residents faced one of the world's most significant tsunamis in recent history, driven by the same underlying cause, underground shocks registering a magnitude of 7.5 on the Richter scale. The resulting earthquake generated waves surging up to 2 meters high, which inundated the city of Palu and its surrounding areas. Uncontrolled water flows triggered mudslides that swept away everything in their path, resulting in a tragic loss of 4,340 lives and leaving over 10,000 individuals with varying degrees of injuries. Remarkably, this tragedy coincided with a massive ethnocultural festival. Our journey through history brings us to number 4 on the list, which transports us to Lituya Bay, Alaska, in the year 1958. In 1958, Alaska bore witness to the most massive tsunami ever recorded in human history. This colossal event unfolded after an 8.3 magnitude earthquake struck, earning it the name Mega Tsunami. The earthquake triggered a landslide, with rocks and ice cascading into the bay en masse. This rockfall generated a tsunami wave of unprecedented proportions, towering over 500 meters in height. Tragically, this disaster claimed 5 lives in Lituya Bay, but fortunately, only one settlement in the vicinity endured infrastructure destruction. Eyewitnesses vividly recount how the water wall forcefully ejected their boats from the bay into the open sea. Our historical journey continues with number 5 on our list, taking us back to Nankado, Japan, in the year 1707. On October 28th of that year, the inhabitants of southern Japan confronted an immensely powerful 8.7 magnitude earthquake. Subterranean shocks were accompanied by landslides and massive tsunamis that crashed onto the coast of Kochi. The aftermath of these multiple catastrophes was harrowing, resulting in the loss of more than 5,000 lives and the destruction of approximately 60 to 80,000 houses and buildings. Hunger and panic lingered long after the catastrophe. Researchers later discovered that this earthquake could have potentially triggered the eruption of Mount Fuji, although fortunately, such an eruption did not occur. Nonetheless, ash rained down on the nearest settlements. Number 6 on our list transports us to Krakatoa, Indonesia, in the year 1883. The tsunami following the eruption of the Krakatoa volcano exacted an even higher toll of lives. May 1883 bore witness to a deadly natural disaster in Indonesia, obliterating the northern part of Krakatoa Island. The eruption, preceded by a column of smoke above the previously dormant volcano during the summer months, continued to intensify, culminating in massive explosions on the morning of August 27th. A substantial amount of dust and ash rose to a staggering height of up to 80 kilometers, plunging the day into impenetrable darkness. The most powerful explosions generated waves reaching heights of 30 meters, targeting the islands of Java and Sumatra. The eruption of Krakatoa, along with the ensuing tsunami, claimed the lives of over 36,000 individuals and swept away hundreds of cities and settlements. The repercussions of this catastrophe reverberated across the globe. Number 7 takes us to Southeast Asia in the year 2004. In 2004, an unimaginably massive tragedy unfolded in the Indian Ocean, marking the most deadly tsunami in modern history. This catastrophic event resulted from an underwater earthquake, generating enormous 15-meter waves that ruthlessly pounded the coasts of Indonesia, India, Thailand, and neighboring countries. The relentless water currents raced at an astonishing speed of 720 kilometers per hour, making this tsunami a true curse. The toll of lives lost ranged from an estimated 225,000 to 300,000 individuals, with the exact number impossible to determine, as many victims were swept directly into the Indian Ocean. Approximately 5 million residents of Southeast Asia required assistance in the wake of this natural disaster. Researchers estimated the earthquake's magnitude to range from 9.1 to 9.3, and its consequences were so extensive that they were felt by residents of South Africa, nearly 7,000 kilometers away from the epicenter. Number 8 on our list takes us to the Northern Coral Islands in Kamchatka in the year 1952. Information about this tsunami was meticulously concealed by authorities, with expert reports emerging 6 years after the tragedy. The number of casualties and the extent of damage remained secret until the early 1990s. Another earthquake-triggered tsunami on our list, with an instantaneous magnitude of 9, struck the coasts of Kamchatka and the Kuril Islands in less than an hour. Severokurilsk suffered the most, with 1,200 residents perishing, nearly 20% of the city's population. The local police chief reported a total casualty count of 2,336 people. However, modern researchers believe the death toll could reach as high as 15,000 people. Number 9 brings us to Chile in 1960. In 1960, the most powerful earthquake ever recorded on our planet was felt not only by Chileans but also by people in distant countries. Underground shocks with a moment magnitude of 9.3 to 9.5 triggered a volcanic eruption, landslides, and a deadly tsunami. Waves reaching heights of 10 meters traversed the entire ocean at incredible speeds, even reaching the shores of Japanese islands and Hawaii. The tsunami covered a distance of 9,000 kilometers, reaching the coast of California. Approximately 6,000 people perished, with most of them falling victim to the tsunami. Finally, closing our list at number 10 is the Philippines in 1976. This deadly catastrophe struck the Philippine coast in 1976, claiming the lives of 5,000 unsuspecting people. The tsunami's wave heights exceeded 4 meters, with the earthquake in the Cotabato Trench being the root cause. The island of Mindanao in the southern Philippines suffered severe destruction. This catastrophe is considered the most massive in the country's history. Thank you for your time. We hope that this video would be very informative and interesting for you. For more such video, must like and subscribe to our channel Saftium. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button.